cable guy. And see great shows tonight, including the Chris Salcedo Show, Sean Spicer Show, and Greg Kelly Reports. So don't forget to vote in Newsmax's poll on Trump. Just text the word BIRD to 39747.
Always just minutes away from the latest news around town and around the world.
It's important to know what's going on, especially around the world.
News Radio 690 KTSM.
News on the hour and a half. Traffic and weather all day. News Radio 690 is KTSM AM El Paso, an iHeart radio station.
NBC News Radio, I'm Brian Shook. President Trump says he won't start opening up the country until the administration believes it is safe to do so. At a White House briefing, he vowed to listen to medical professionals before making that call. The president rejected criticism of his administration's response to the coronavirus outbreak. Trump insisted that the U.S. has enough masks, ventilators, and hospital beds to deal with the outbreak.
He said, do we have enough masks? Yes. Do we have enough tests? Yes. Plus, we're developing new tests. Do we have enough ventilators? Yes. Do we have enough hospital beds? Yes. We built 20,000 hospital beds. We have enough hospital beds.
COVID-19 is claiming more than 100,000 lives. The world passed that mark today. Johns Hopkins University researchers say there are more than 1.6 million confirmed cases across the globe. In the United States, there are more than 18,000 deaths and 486,000 confirmed cases. American Airlines is expected to lose over 33% of their pilots and flight attendants due to early retirement or voluntary leave.
The Dallas Morning News reports 4,800 pilots and 7,200 flight attendants will take voluntary leave this month and May. Almost 1,500 pilots and flight attendants will do early retirement. The North Texas-based airline says they were not planning for any of this to happen, noting the coronavirus pandemic has unsettled things. The federal government may give Americans some money from its coronavirus relief package, but details are still being figured out. Tom Roberts, NBC News Radio.
Pope Francis is praying for the sick on Good Friday. The pontiff offered the prayer in a nearly empty St. Peter's Basilica at today's Passion of the Lord service. In keeping with tradition, the Pope did not deliver a homily at the service, commemorating Jesus' last hours of life and his crucifixion. On Easter Sunday, he'll live stream Mass from St. Peter's Basilica. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he wants to avoid a second deadly wave of coronavirus cases when society eventually reopens amid somewhat slowing hospitalization numbers.
Following a day that saw over 700 New Yorkers dead in cases attributed to COVID-19, Cuomo talking about confusing modeling, tracking other countries that have already reopened, and even looking at history, like the 1918 flu pandemic.
Is there going to be a second wave? Well, we have to start to reopen. Let's look at the other countries who have gone before us.
Admitting it's hard to know if a second or third wave will come, the governor points out it's his goal to make sure this is it, ideally through the use of rapid testing before getting back to normal.
We have 9 million people we want to get back to work. We need more than several thousand tests per week.
James Flippin, NBC News Radio, New York.
Rihanna and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey are working together to help millions of people get the safety and protection they need that they can't otherwise get at home during the coronavirus lockdown. They announced Thursday they're sending a $4.2 million grant to the Mayor's Fund for Los Angeles to help domestic abuse victims in the city. As more of us stay at home to wait out the coronavirus outbreak, one company is expanding its fleet of autonomous delivery robots. Phil Hewlett explains food or merchandise delivered directly to your door by a robot. Starship Technologies is sending their robots to Tempe, Arizona, and the San Francisco-based company says it plans to add even more cities in the coming weeks. It added Washington, D.C. in March and expanded service in Irvine, California, and Milton Keynes in the U.K. The robots can carry up to 20 pounds. Phil Hewlett, NBC News Radio. Another Indian couple has decided to commemorate the coronavirus pandemic with the birth of their child. The Times of India reports that the parents decided to name their baby boy Lockdown since he was born during the country's 21-day stay-at-home order. Brian Shook, NBC News Radio.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
The free iHeartRadio app is always here to make sure you have access to the information you need. And just as important, the entertainment you need. Stay connected to your favorite stations, music, and podcasts that are always free, like the Joe Exotic Tiger King podcast, the perfect companion to the Netflix documentary, right on your phone, smart speakers, smart TVs, and more. And of course, Coronavirus podcasts, updated daily to give you the latest information. Here when you need it, and always free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Stay tuned and stay informed with News Radio 690, KTSM, an iHeart radio station.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Cool. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree? Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like, consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today to learn more about cool things to do in the forest. And the Ad Council.
News Radio 690, KTSM El Paso.
He's here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, everybody. Mark Levin here. Our number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Let me say up front, to my Christian friends, I hope you have a wonderful Easter.